Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Not many people do videos on Nelson in Lancashire, but it does have a proud history, and I do think that it's important to showcase some of that history. So this video is going to be looking at the Imperial Ballroom that was in Nelson, and I'm sure many people will remember that venue until sadly it perished in a fire. For most people, the small Lancashire town of Nelson will be remembered for its cotton links. However, well over 60 years ago, the Great Northern town exploded into the music world as the place to see some of the greatest musical talent the world has ever seen. Legends such as the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, The Who, Stevie Wonder, Tina Turner, Pink Floyd, Tom Jones and countless others performed in Nelson, gracing the stage at the Imperial Ballroom, or the Imp it was as affectionately known as. The ballroom stood just over the Leeds-Liverpool Canal Bridge on Carr Road, on the site now occupied by a group of residential flats called the Imperial Gardens, in memory of the Imp. The huge hangar-like structure dating from 1911 was once the largest indoor building in Europe. It was originally a roller skating rink, but in 1925 it became a municipal hall and staged all manner of functions from wrestling matches to beauty contests. The ballroom measured 43 yards by 46 yards. The ceiling was underpinned with Essex boarding, and this gave the venue unique acoustics which few other venues could match. The Imp attracted some of the greatest 30s, 40s and 50s dance bands, so acts such as Geraldo, Ted Heath, Joe Loss and Eric Delaney. Its capacity was once 3,000, but fire regulations reduced it to 2,000. Its demise came in 1976 when it burned down. Some nearby residents greeted this with relief, but the vast majority wept openly. For them, the Imp was where they went to have fun with their friends, where they met their future wives or husbands, and where they were entertained by some of the greatest acts in the world. The cause of the fire was never discovered, and an open verdict was declared, but arson was strongly suspected. On May the 11th, 1963, history was made when the Beatles arrived in town 1 week after their Mersey mates Jerry and the Pacemakers, not Pursemakers. This was the start of Beatlemania, and nowhere was it greater than in the Imp, which, as usual, seemed to be in the eye of the hurricane. I do apologise about that loss of voice there. In the early days, some groups were playing up to 3 gigs a night, playing a 25-minute set before being whisked off to the next engagement, so it was vital to get in and out quickly. When the Beatles came to the Imp in 1963, they had just had their first number one, with From Me to You. The first thing Paul did on the Imp stage was to say, "Shut up," but to no avail. 50 girls fainted and had to be carried to the relative safety behind the stage, and the noise was so deafening that the group was barely audible. One girl had skipped school to see them, said the next day the other girls kept touching her because she had breathed the same air as her idols. Some girls were so excited that they were bleeding from head wounds caused as a result of banging their foreheads against seats and walls. I think it's fair to say that the Imp will live on in the lives of many of the local folk in Nelson who remember going there. That is the end of one really short video, to be quite honest, but I've never seen anybody do a video on it before, and I do hope that you've enjoyed it, and also thank you to any of the Nelson groups that have allowed this to obviously be shown on their Facebook sites. If you do have any memories, it'd be great to get a conversation going for the benefit of these groups, remembering the Nelson Imp. So thank you very much. The only thing I will say is that obviously I do have a YouTube channel, Andy to Know, and there's lots of other local history videos on there as well. So thank you very much, take care of yourselves, and thanks for watching.